Now post Maurya period. We will revise through this. Now this is the theory part. You can study by stopping video. So we will study from this option. So now first question is, which one of the following Indo-Greek rulers issued lead coins? So it is Strato II. Strato II issued the lead coins. The tenure of this Indo-Greek ruler is considered from 25 BC to 10 AD. Both Sankarsana and Vasudeva were depicted on the coins of which of the following rulers? Agathocles. Agathocles was a Greco-Bactrian king who ruled around 190 BC to 180 BC. He held Paropamisidai, which was a satrapy between Bactrian and India. Little is known of him. Apart from an extensive coinage, he was the first Greco-Bactrian ruler to introduce bilingual legends on his coin, primarily in Greek and Brahmi. Introduced silver coins on his both Sankarsana, Balram and Vasudeva were depicted on the Agathocles. Okay. Who among the following was not a contemporary of other three? Milinda was not a contemporary. Like Bimbisara, Gautam Buddha and Prasenjit were during the 5th century of the Haryanka dynasty, and Milind is 1st century, right? 2nd or 3rd century. Okay. Milind Panu are there, na? Nagsen and Milind Panu conversation. Milind Panu. So Bimbisara 544-492 BC was the actual founder of Magadha Empire, who were related to Haryanka dynasty. Okay. Wait. Wait 1 minute. Yes, he was from the Haryanka dynasty. Prasenjit was the ruler of Kosal Mahajanpada and also the contemporary of Mahatma Buddha. Okay. Gautam Buddha pioneered Buddhism. Milinda, better known as Menander, was an Indo-Greek. Okay. Ruler in northwestern India. Thus Bimbisara, Buddhist, Prasenjit were contemporary except Milinda. The earliest specimen of Kava style is found in the inscription of Rudradaman of Kathiawad. The Junagadh inscriptions of Rudradaman 130 to 150 AD has been found at Girnar Hills in Gujarat. And Rudradaman's inscriptions written in Brahmi script was the earliest ever inscriptions written in perfect Sanskrit language. Okay. Junagadh inscription in Sanskrit language. Okay. Which inscriptions tells about the various achievements of Rudradaman first? That is Junagadh inscriptions. Junagadh inscriptions written in Sanskrit. Remember this? In which language they used to ask? Dated approximately 150 AD, credits Rudradaman first for supporting the cultural arts and Sanskrit literature and reconstructing the dam built by the Mauryas. In fact, he repaired the embankments of the lake Sudarshan, which was constructed by the Mauryas and checking floods. Who renovated Sudarshan lake without using forced labor? Ashoka also used forced labor. Chandragupta Maurya, right? Pushyagupta used forced labor. Bindusara also used forced labor, but Rudradaman first paid to the workers. He didn't use forced labor. The rock edict of Rudradaman first at Junagadh, Gujarat, tells about the Sudarshan lake, which was built originally by the great Mauryan emperor Chandragupta Maurya's western province governor Pushyagupta built the Sudarshan lake. It was Rudradaman first who renovated Sudarshan lake without using force. Okay, without using force. This sometimes ask this question. The next one. According to the rock inscriptions in Sanskrit, composed around 2nd century CE, Sudarshan lake, an artificial reservoir, was repaired by Rudradaman. Junagadh inscriptions written in Sanskrit language, composed around 2nd century, credits to Rudradaman first for the repairs of Sudarshan lake, which was an artificial reservoir Constructed by Chandragupta Maurya by Governor Pushyagupta, asked in UPSC 2022. In which of the following metals the Kardammaka Chhatrapad issued very rare coins? Rare copper one. Kardammaka rulers' coinage can be categorized into two categories. First are those silver coins which are frequent during the Chhatrapad ruler. Second is 14 coins. Kardammaka ruler Chastana issued both silver and copper coins. The question is asked about rare coins, so the correct answer will be A. Okay, he asked about rare coins. Okay, so copper coins were quite rare at that time. Match list first, Vishal list second. Okay, so Demetrius related with which kingdom? It is Indo-Greek, as name suggests. Rudradaman was the Scythians. Okay, they were all foreigners. Gondophares is Parthians. Bhima was with Kusan. Okay, so here given Demetrius, Indo-Greeks, Rudradaman, Scythians, and Gondophares, Parthians, Bhima were Kusans. They sometimes ask the Rudradaman from which kingdom? Scythian. They were all foreigners. With reference to invaders in ancient India, which one of the following is correct chronological order? They asked in UPSC 2023 pre. So it is simple, just remember this. First came Greeks, then Sakaj came, then Parthian also were contemporary of Sakaj, and Kusan came. So Greek, Sakaj and Kusan. The largest number of copper coins in northern and northwestern India were issued by Kusan. The gold coins were issued by Indo-Greek. First Indo-Greek issued this gold coin. Right, the Gupta popularized this in northern and northwestern India, while Kusana ruler made it more popular and steady. Kusana rulers had circulated both gold and copper coins vastly in this region. Okay. Who among the following issued gold coins regularly in ancient India? Kusana. Buddha is depicted on the coins of Kanishka. Buddha is depicted, sometimes they ask, on the coins of Kusana ruler Kanishka. Which of the following rulers is credited to have issued gold coins for the first time? First time, Bhima Kadphasis, Indo-Greek, this Kusan ruler. The Indo-Greek ruler made gold coins popular. Remember this. Bhima Kadphasis was the first Kusan ruler who issued gold coins. Okay, remember this. First Indo-Greek issued this, and then Kusan ruler popularized this. You can say this because Indo-Greek, like Bactrian, came first, then Kusana came later. Who among the following introduced gold coin for regular use in India? Bhima Kadphasis. Right, he regularly used Kadphasis. Kusan Emperor Bhima Kadphasis, who was the father of Kanishka first, had introduced gold coin for regular use in India. He is known as the first king who introduced gold coins, while Kujul Kadphasis circulated copper coins. Okay, gold coins. Bhima Kadphasis. Who among the following first issued gold coins on a large scale? It is Bhima Kadphasis. Which of the following titles was adopted by Kadphasis second of Kusana dynasty? It is Sarvalokeswar. Okay. Bhima Kadphasis, a ruler of Kusana dynasty, also known as Kadphasis II, adopted the title of Sarvalokeswar. They ask this title, which is related to Bhima Kadphasis, Lord of the whole world. This title reflects his imperial aspirations and his religious and political ambitions. Kadphasis II was the father of famous Kusan Emperor Kanishka first, famous ruler. Fourth Buddhist Council held this Kanishka first. Okay. Which god is found depicted on Yodhaya's coins? So Kartikeya. Remember this. There are several varieties of Yodhaya copper coins depicting a standing figure of six-headed god Kartikeya, along with a peacock on the right, found during the reign of the Kusana ruler. The evidence of Yodhaya coins are found from the Purana Ashtadhyayi. What is the date of Sarnath Buddhist image inscriptions of Kanishka? It is 81 AD. The date of Buddha inscriptions of Sarnath, which belongs to Kanishka, is dated 81 AD. This inscription was established after 3 years of Kanishka coronation. In which year the coronation of Kanishka, Kusan ki Kanishka were held is 78 AD. Okay. The date of Kanishka coronation is very controversial considering the problem. Two international conventions were held in London 1913 and 1916. In second convention, common consensus made it 78 AD. This is also known as beginning of Shaka Samvat. Remember this Shaka Samvat 78 AD ahead, and Vikram Samvat is 57 years back. Okay, 57 BC. When the Shaka Samvat is initiated, it is 78 AD. According to the Jain text, successor of Vikramaditya 57 BC was defeated by Shaka in 135 Vikram Samvat. To celebrate this victory, Shaka started a new calendar called Shaka Samvat. Hence it begins from 135 minus 57, it becomes 78 AD years. Most of the historians believe that the Kanishka ruler Kanishka was its originator. Just know this, it is Shaka Samvat is 78 AD. Vikram Samvat is 57 BC backward. How much is the year difference between Shaka Samvat and Vikram Samvat? Just know this, Vikram Samvat is 57 BC, it means we have to add 57 years in present time. Like it's going on 2025, if we want to calculate Vikram Samvat, we can add 2025 plus 57 because it is a backward, no? So it's 57 years it need to add. Okay, and Vikram Samvat, it means 78 year already ahead, means we have to reduce at 78 AD. Okay, so you can calculate like this. So like here said that 57 BC Vikram Samvat, so what is 2019 is there now, so it asks the differences. So here we use with the international civil calendar in order to get Vikram Samvat, it is to be added to the current calendar to get Shaka Samvat. 78 is to be subtracted from current, hence Vikram Samvat is this year right now and Shaka Samvat is this 1941, hence difference between 135 years. Okay, like gap you can also calculate like this also. What is the gap? Like 78 AD there and 57, because there is gap na, 57 is too much backward and 78 is too much ahead. Okay, from the present one, year 1 first year, so add them, so hours upon 15 and 12 13 135 years, you can calculate like this, no need to do this. Okay, you can calculate like this. So Chaitra first of the international calendar based on the Shaka era corresponded to which one of the following dates of the Gregorian calendar in normal year of 365 Shaka Samvat he asked. Okay, Shaka Samvat Chaitra first asked in 2014, so it's 22nd March. Just remember the Chaitra first. Okay, 21st March it started because India, like it is Indian national calendar Shaka Samvat, this Shaka Samvat. Okay, Chaitra is first month of Indian national calendar. The dates of national calendar match with the Gregorian calendar prominently. Generally, the Chaitra starts from 22nd March, while from 22nd March in a leap year, 21st March in leap year, and 22nd March in normal year. When was Vikram Samvat started? In 57 BC. Okay. National calendar is Shaka Samvat, remember this. Two other names of Vikram Samvat is Krit and Malo. There is a difference of 470 years between the salvation of Mahavira and Vikram Samvat in a Jain holy text. The salvation date of Mahavira is 527 BC. So the starting date of Vikram Samvat is 527 minus 540, right? So remember this difference is 470 between salvation Mahavira and Vikram Samvat. Mahavira is 570, so started the Vikram Samvat, he started 527 minus 417. So it's 57. Which one of the following will be the year of the Saksambat in December 2009? So Saksambat asking, so it is 78 AD, so we have to reduce it. Guys, already 78 year lost. So you can calculate through this. Consider the following names of contemporaries of Kanishka and select the correct answer from quotes given below. So who were contemporary? Ashghos, Mudra Rakshas, Buddha Charit, that was Mudra Rakshas, and Ashghos is Buddha Charit, and he was contemporary and Vasumitra. Okay, fourth Buddhist council during the Kanishka ruler. Right now, so Ashghos was the poet laureate of Kanishka, whose major composition of Sundaranand and Buddha Charita. Remember this, Buddha Charita was asked in EIS, EIQ. Ashghos wrote this Buddha Charita. And Sariputra Prakaran. Vasumitra was also a dependent poet of Kanishka, who headed the fourth Buddhist council, important fourth Buddhist council headed by Ashghos, okay, as a vice president, and Vishwamitra president. While Kalidas was related to Gupta period and Kamban was not contemporary of Kanishka. Ashghos was contemporary of Kanishka. Which one of the following is not associated with court of Kanishka? It is Patanjali. Like Ashghos were contemporary of Kanishka. Charak and Nagarjuna Sunyavad. Charak medicine related. Parsav, Vasumitra, Ashghos, Nagarjuna, Charak and Mathara was the scholars in the court of Kanishka. Charak is known as the court physician of Kanishka. However, Maharishi Patanjali belonged to Sunga period and was the author of Mahabhasya. Mahabhasya written by Patanjali. Who of the following did not adopt the court of Kanishka first? It is Visakha. Didn't adopted, like he wrote na Mudra Rakshas Visakha. Time Ashghos region. What Buddha Charit? A, B Buddha Charit. So which of the following cities is not mentioned in the Ravatak inscriptions of Kanishka? Sravasti. Ravatak inscriptions were found in the year 1993 from Ravatak near Surkhotal, Afghanistan. They were written in Greek script and Bactrian language and belong to the ruler of Kusana dynasty, Kanishka. There are 4 names of cities inscribed in it, namely Saket, Kausambi, Padaliputra and Sarichampa. The name of Sravasti was not inscribed on it. Who among the following Ayurveda acharyas was educated at Taxila University? So Charak and Jivak, 5th century history. Okay. Like Bimbisara sent him, na? Jivak was a physician to the Bimbisara. Taxila University was a junction where students of different countries met each other and exchanged their knowledge. Kautilya Chandragupta Maurya and Ayurveda acharya Charak King Prasenjit of Kusala, Ayurveda acharya Jivak of Bimbisara. Okay. And Vasubandhu studied at Taxila University. So C and A are correct. Which of the following inscriptions gives the information about 2 Ashwamedha yajnas performed by the king Pushyamitra Sung? Ayodhya inscriptions. Remember this. This talks about Pushyamitra Sung. Pushyamitra Sung was the commander of last Mauryan ruler Brihadrath. He founded the Sunga dynasty. Killing Brihadrath in 194 BC, Ayodhya inscription gives us the information that 2 Ashwamedha yajnas were performed by the king Pushyamitra Sunga. The ancestors of Sunga originated from Ujjain. The ancestors of Sunga belong to Ujjain. The last ruler of this dynasty was Devbhuti, who was killed by his own minister Amatya Vasudev Kanau. Like if you see the chronology, Sunga also killed the last Mauryan ruler Brihadrath. So and last ruler of Sunga dynasty was also killed by Devbhuti, who founded Kanau dynasty. Okay. Which dynasty ruled over India after Sunga dynasty? It is Kanau. The last ruler of Sunga dynasty was Devbhuti. He was killed by his minister Vasudev Kanau. Okay. The Sunga dynasty was then replaced by subsequent Kanau. They were also Brahmins like Sunga. Whoever the following rulers is stated as protector of Varna system. So it is Gautam Satkarni. He was a great ruler of Satvana. Gautami Satkarni was patron of Brahmins. He did not permit intercaste marriage among the people of established Purvarna, stopped crossbreeding. That is why he is called the protector of Varnas. Which dynasty was most powerful after Maurya in southern India? It is Satvana. Very powerful. Satvana dynasty was the most powerful after Maurya in the south. According to the Purana, Sindhuk, Simuk or Siprak established the Satvana dynasty after the assassination of Kano King Susarma. Kano King was also killed by someone. Okay. So Simuk founded this. Okay. Satvana dynasty, Simuk. Okay. Simuk was the founder of which of the following dynasty? It is Satvana. Which Chinese general had defeated Kanishka? It is Jyoti Panchav. Okay. Chinese ruler defeated Kanishka. That time, very unique name. According to Chinese text, between 7394, Kanishka was requested to marry Princess Han. So then, what was denied? In retaliation, they marched on Pao Chao with force, but were defeated by smaller Chinese force. Oh. Okay, Kanishka was also foreigner at that time. Which of the following dynasty empire was expanded even outside of India? It is Maurya and Kusana. The border of empire of Kusana dynasty was spread outside of India. Kanishka was a great ruler of Kusana dynasty whose empire was expanded over northern Turpan of China and Kashmir to Vindhya Hill, south, and northern Afghanistan to eastern. UP and Bihar. Maurya Empire was first pan-India empire. At its side, it stretched over parts of modern Iran and almost entire Indian subcontinent, bearing only southern peninsula. The institutions of child marriage started in which period? It is Kusan period. The practice of child marriage started in Kusan period, 1st century. The abolition of Upanayan in females and the custom of child marriage brought them to the lowest stage of society. The age of between 8 to 10 years was considered to be the best for girl marriage. 16 coins of King Minandar have been found from which of the following sites? It's Bairat. 16 coins of King Minandar have been found from Bairat. Which one of the following pillars is correctly matched? Harappan civilization, right? Kusana, Gandhara. The Mughals, Ajanta painting. Maratha, Pahadi paintings. This also not. So in this A1 and 2 may be B only correct. Okay. This is an accurate repertory. So here Gandhara school of art is promoted Kusana in Mathura also, but Gandhara was also promoted. Gandhara school of art was developed during the Mauryan Kusan period. It was based on Gandhara and Mathura styles. Both was promoted, Gandhara and Mathura style. They were provided adequate encouragement and protection from Kanishka. Gandhara art was influenced by Greek art. Rest of the right art of Gandhara style flourished during the reign of Kusan. What was the ratio of gold silver coins in Saka Kshatrapa period? It is gold silver coin 1:35. The ratio of gold silver coins in Saka Kshatrapa period was 1:35. Dynasty and the metals of coins. So Kusana. So not correctly matched. It's asking. Satvana didn't issue gold coins. They issued lead coins. Okay. So they issued lead coins. So Kusana gold and copper correct. Gupta gold and silver correct. And Kalachuri is gold, silver and copper. Satvana coins are unique identification. They issued Panchmark coins and produced coin in lead, copper, bronze, silver and both in copper, silver and lead mixed, but not in gold. Okay. Lead coins where it is important. Who issued? Satvana. Wherever lead coins come, Satvana will be the answer. Then match with it Gandhara style, Kusan. Okay. Junagadh rock inscriptions, which one? Rudradaman. Okay. Milind Pano, it is Minandar. Takshila is Patika. So match it. 1 is 4, 1 is 3. Gandhara is 1 is 3. So automatically this will be the correct. Gandhara Kusan, Junagadh Rudradaman first, and Milind Pano Minandar. Takshila is Patika. Bamiyan of Afghanistan was famous for Buddha statue, where Taliban shooted this statue, and you can see many bullet point on this statue. Bamiyan of Afghanistan was famous for Buddha statue, which were constructed by cutting the hills of Bamiyan, but Taliban destroyed all the statues. Yes, you can see this. Taliban destroyed it. Otherwise, very famous tourist place for Buddhism. The art style which combines Indian and Greek features is called Gandhara in northwestern provinces of India. Gandhara is noted for the distinctive Gandhara style of Buddhist art, which was developed from merger of Greek, Syrian, Persian and Indian artist influence. It flourished during the Saka and Kusana era. It is also known as Greco-Buddhist, Indo-Greek or Greco-Roman, as subject of the art was only Buddha. The Gandhara school of art is a synthesis of Indian and Greek art. By which of the following names is Gandhara style known? Which one? It's Indo-Greek art. Right, ask me Chhattisgarh PCS. Which one of the following sculptures invariably used green schist as the medium? Gandhara sculptures. Gandhara sculptures invariably used green schist as the medium. The sculptures were invariably influenced by Greek sculptures. With reference to the invaders in ancient India, which one of the following is the correct chronological order? Greek, Sakar and Kusana. I asked in IS and asked in PCS pre also. Okay, 2023. Remember this same question. Greek, Sakaj and Kusanaj. Concerning the invaders in ancient India, the correct chronological order is Sakaj. Alexander came first. Here, then Sakaj, he was Scythians. First Greeks were from Greeks, Alexander related. 326. The Sakaj were Scythians. Okay, 1st century BC. Kusana was 1st century AD. First Persian ruler who captured some part of India was Darius I. Persian ruler Darius I, 522. This was the first ruler who invaded some parts of India. According to Herodotus, Darius conquered the land surrounding the Indus River and the desert of Rajputana and part of Punjab. Which among the following was the earliest dynasty? Which one? Satavahana. Satavahana is the most ancient dynasty among the above mentioned options. So, founded and ruled by Simukh. Simukh founded this in near about 2nd century BC. Which Purana consists of the longest list of Andhra Satavahana? It is Matsya Purana. Talking about Satavahana. There are 30 Satavahana rulers mentioned in Matsya Purana. About Satavahana ruler. The capital of Satavahana ruler was located in Amravati. The actual capital of Satavahana was located at Pathan or Pratishthan, although their initial capital is believed to be Amravati. According to Purana, the founder of Satavahana dynasty is believed to be King Simukh, founder. Which of the following places was the capital of Satavahana is Pratishthan? For which of the following rulers Eka Brahmana has been used? Eka Brahmana, it is Gautamiputta Satkarni, asked in ROARO 2016. In the Nasik inscriptions of Gautam Balasri, her son, it means his mother was Gautami Balasri and her son is Gautami Putta Satkarni. He was a brave person. It's called Eka Brahmana. There is a movie also in South India on this Gautami Putta Satkarna, which is interpreted by some as unrivaled Brahmana, thus indicating as Brahmin origin. Then match it. Sungar, related with Padaliputra capital, made it. Satavahana capital is Pathan. Just we read this. Kadamba capital is, it is Banavasi. Chandel capital is Mahoba in UP. So Sunga is Padalputra capital, Satavahana is Pathan Pakistan, Kadamba is Banawasi and Chandel is Mahoba. Are in the following chronological order. Then first came Satavahana came first. Then second came it is Vakatakas. Third came Chalukyas. Okay. So D. Satavahana Empire was founded by Simuk in the 1st century BC. Vakataka Empire was founded by Vindhya Sakti. Okay, Vakataka Vindhya Sakti 3rd century AD. Where Chalukya Empire of Gujarat was founded by Moolaraj first. Remember this? Gujarat in 10th century AD. In Satavahana period, the Sanskrit along with Prakrit and other Pak language were developed. Right, Sanskrit was prominent, Prakrit also prominent during Satavahana. Satavahana kings promoted the use of Sanskrit and other Pak language for literary writing. Correct. So answer will be there. In the Satavahana period, Sanskrit along with Prakrit and other Pak language were developed. Satavahana king promoted the use of Sanskrit and other Pak language for literary writings. With reference to the Satavahana rulers, which are the following statements which are correct? So Satavahana king were the nurturers of Prakrit language. Correct. Public aspects of the art got more encouragement during Satavahana period. So board will be the correct. Satavahana rulers patronized Prakrit more than Sanskrit. Right. Political inscriptions also shed some light on the rare use of Sanskrit literature. Also, public aspects of the art got more encouragement during Satavahana period. Examples of architecture and sculptures found from the Satavahana era are associated with Buddhism. Which of the following statements are true? After weakening of power of Satavahana dynasty, Vakataka dynasty established its kingdom right in 3rd century AD. First is correct. First king of Vakataka dynasty was Parvar Sen. Wrong. Okay. Vindhya Sakti was son of Parvar Sen. No. Parvar Sen was son of Vindhya Sakti. So Vindhya Sakti founded this Vakataka. So it's also wrong. Okay. After weakening of power of Satavahana dynasty, Vakataka dynasty came into power in Dakshinapath. Vindhya Sakti was founder of Vakataka dynasty. Keep this in mind. Parvar Sen was the son of Vindhya Sakti. In which of the following stupa the features of a platform with Aryak pillars are found? It is Amravati. Asked in PCS pre. Amravati stupa has features of platforms with Aryak pillars. Aryak is situated in Andhra Pradesh. Which of the following pairs is not correctly matched? So Bhitari inscriptions is not related with this. Okay. So Nasik inscription Gautami Putra. Hathi Gumpa is Kharvela of Odisha. Okay. Remember this. Girnajri is Rudradaman in Gujarat, which related with. Okay. There is a lake, Sudarshan Lake. The Bhitri Pila inscription was discovered in Bhitri, Gazipur, Uttar Pradesh, and gives relevant information related Skandagupta, ruler of Gupta Empire. Ayul inscription of found in Ayul, Karnataka provides information of Chalukya king Pulkesin II. Remember this. Ayul inscription related with Pulkesin II of Chalukya king. Right. The rulers of which of the following dynasty have been called as Sri Pavartiya in Puranas? Ichhavakus. Rulers of Ichhavaku dynasty are called Sri Pavartiya in Puranas. They were lords under the patronage of Satavahana. But after their decline, Ichhavaku declared their independence. Right. Sri Sant Mula was the founder of this dynasty of Ichhavaku dynasty. Right. Sri Sant Mula, not Ichhavaku. Then Kusana traded through Gulf of Persian and Red Sea. Correct. Their well-organized naval force base was highly qualified. Okay. So it's wrong. There is no talk of navy or naval force. So its correct answer is C. A lot of evidence regarding ports and trading centers have been found from excavations of Periplus of the Erythraean Sea and Rikamedu, which proves that Kusana trade was operated through Persian Bay and Red Sea, but none of the evidence described naval force. King Kharvel is related to Hathi Gumpa in Odisha. Okay, and there is also Elephanta cave in Maharashtra. Okay. Kharvela of Chedi dynasty was the king of Kalinga, present in Odisha, India. Remember this, Odisha. Much of the available information about Kharvela comes from the updated and partially damaged Hathigumpha inscriptions. Remember the Hathigumpha inscription related with Kharvela king, and he was from Chedi dynasty. Plus a few other minor inscriptions found in Udaigiri caves in present day Odisha. This is the only known source of Kharvela inscription. The Kharvela is believed to be the follower of Jainism. He followed Jainism. Which of the following king was the patron of Jainism? It is Kharvela. The king of Kalinga, Kharvela, was related to which of the following dynasty? It is Chedi in Odisha. Who among the following was king had heavily leaned towards Jainism? It is Kharvela. Kalinga kings Kharvela was associated with more. So Kalinga king Kharvela was best known kings of the Mahameghavana dynasty, which is also termed as Chedi dynasty by some scholars. So both. Okay. The inscriptions of the Hathigumpha is the source of which information of which king? Kharvela. Hathigumpha inscription. Asked in PCS 2018. Hathigumpha inscription from Udaigiri near Bhubaneswar in Odisha was inscriptions by Kharvela. The Hathigumpha inscription is the main source of information about Kalinga ruler Kharvela. So which is the correct in reference to Udaigiri and Khandagiri caves? It is both natural and artificial caves. Correct. Udaigiri has 18 and Khandagiri has 15 caves. Khandagiri caves are famous for Hathigumpha inscription. No. Yes, so see with answer. Udaigiri and Khandagiri are hills which are famous for their rock cut caves. These caves are in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. It has both natural and artificial caves. Udaigiri has 18 and Khandagiri has 15 caves. Hathigumpha inscriptions of the Kharvela is obtained from Udaigiri caves. Which field was mostly contributed by Eastern Roman ruler Justinian? Law. Justinian is known for his contribution and development of Roman law. The corpus juris civilis is still basis of civil law in many modern states. Justinian was responsible for the complete amendment of Roman law. Who wrote Periplus of Erythraean Sea? Unknown person. It is not known who wrote. Okay. Asked in PPSC. It's a very famous book who tells about India in ancient time. Periplus Maris Erythrea, her voyage around the Erythraean, is an anonymous work from around the middle of 1st century CE, written by Greek-speaking merchant. It was translated by Wilfred H. Scope as the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea. The travel and trade in the Indian Ocean by a merchant of the 1st century. Consider following statement in the context of ancient trade. There are references of numerous river ports in ancient India. Correct. There are large interports of goods and traffic. Correct. So both are correct. Asked in PCS 3. Okay. Such general options are mostly correct, right? There are reference of numerous river ports, right? Definitely will be there river ports in ancient India. So large interports of goods and traffic. It's a common trade happening to good and service will be there. Okay. So both correct. In such answer we should go for all. In ancient India, rivers and ports were major centers of trade and transport. During the Indus Valley, ports like Lothal, as well as warehouse at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, provides evidence of large trading hubs. In historical times, rivers like Ganga, Indus, and Kaveri served as important routes for trade and transportation. Ports such as Mujiris and Supara were famous for trade with Rome and Southeast Asia. In ancient India, large warehouses were used for the storage of goods, which facilitated trade. Okay.